Hey, crypto family. Hope y'all been having a good week so far. I know it's kind of frustrating, not much going on with Bitcoin. It's up a few percent, down a few percent, and people are just waiting for that next breakout move. But, I do think that as long as it's still in that sideways movement, we still have a chance for another spike. So first, looking at the market, we can see Bitcoin is up almost 2% to $7,984. Then most of the other altcoins are up a couple percent as well. And actually, Binance Coin is up 9.6% to $31.48. So that's spiking a lot. And then Bitcoin SV is up 58% out of nowhere, up to $98.16. So again, you can still have some altcoins that are spiking a lot versus other coins. I know Chainlink is one I was talking about as well, and that one is up 15% to $1.14. So again, a lot of these coins are doing good. Chainlink was one of the coins from Matt Beasley from Crypto News. If y'all didn't know, he picked some very good coins, and this one has been doing very, very well. But again, you have a lot of good altcoins still spiking, so it's good to see we still have that movement, even though Bitcoin is still in that sideways movement. Now, looking at Bitcoin here, it's hovering around the $8,000 mark, and this seems to be the range that it's been in for the past week. It hasn't really broken this 8,500 resistance or broken below the 7,300 barrier. It broke below it for a second on May 17th, down to a low of 6,380. But I mentioned that was mainly because it had to fill the CME futures gap that did gap above that amount, and there was no orders there. So again, right now it's just still hovering around that $8,000 level. And one of the articles I want to cover here is one by News BTC, and basically it talks about strong barriers at 8,500, but Bitcoin bulls are steady fast. So it mentions how it was overextended when it had that sharp rise all the way up to 8,400, and then it had a pullback, and using the Fibonacci we can see it pulled back to the 61.8% level, and then now it's hovering between these two ranges, 7,300 and 8,400. Now it mentions if it does break below this 6,500 support, which I've also drawn, then we could be looking at further downside. But again, if we can maintain this support, mainly the 7,300 support is what I'm looking at, then I think that is very, very bullish, and we can work on breaking this 8,500. And then if we do, it also mentions in the article that we could be looking at that $10,000 level. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. I know a lot of people are kind of weary right now since it's already risen so much. But again, anything could happen. And looking at the RSI right now, it is starting to reset a little more. It's still about that 67 level on the daily chart, so it could go a little bit lower. Still a lot of room for selling. And then if you look at the longs versus shorts right now, they look to be about level. They're not increasing or decreasing, but there are a lot more longs than shorts, which has me a little uneasy, because that means, technically shorts have more leverage if Bitcoin starts to fall, because all those longs will have to cover. So hopefully right now we can stay in this range and then break this 84 to 8,500 resistance and look towards 10K. But if not, then look at this $7,300 as support, especially if you're looking to buy up more Bitcoin, potentially sell half now, buy back on a pullback. But again, not investment advice, just my opinion. Now the second article is talking about more adoption. So this is by Crypto Slate, and it says worldwide crypto acceptance is within reach thanks to Coinbase Commerce's USDC stablecoin integration. So as you know, Coinbase Commerce is basically an app launched last year to facilitate merchant payments, and they now accept the USD coin, which is a stable coin similar to Tether. It says the update represents a stride for crypto as a medium of exchange. Bitcoin, a lot of merchants were complaining as relatively high fees and long transaction times. Meanwhile, the fiat-backed USD coin allows merchants to get the benefits of crypto without the drawback. So basically what it's saying is, okay, retailers and merchants can now, confidently transact in USDC knowing that it is stable. They can get their money instantly, and they don't have to worry about their dollar fluctuating, and they can instantly convert it into fiat, again, using Coinbase Pro and Coinbase. So that is one method that is definitely on the rise, and a lot of merchants are looking for that stability. So this is definitely something in the right direction, and something that I see will help increase mainstream adoption in the future. Now, last but not least, the article by Cointelegraph, and it talks about Japanese Parliament moves new crypto regulations to the upper house. It says the Japanese House of Representatives has passed new crypto regulation in the upper house of the National Diet, local news agency Nikkei reports on May 21st. Now, as you know, Japan is definitely a country that is for cryptocurrencies. They've been one of the countries that have adopted it. They have a ton of ATMs over there for Bitcoin. And again, they are one of the first countries that are really going headfirst into cryptocurrency adoption. It says, according to the Nikkei, the amendments of two of Japan's financial laws intend to strengthen local regulations on cryptocurrency trading process. The amendments reportedly extend the regulation by adding legislation for cryptocurrency margin trading. Basically, what they did here is they're limiting the leverage in cryptocurrency margin trading at 2 to 4 times the initial deposit. So if you've ever been on BitMEX, you know that margin trading, you can risk all the way to up 100x leverage, which basically means you'll get liquidated if Bitcoin moves up or down 1%. So if you have a long position, if Bitcoin moves down 1% and you're 100x leverage, then you lose all your money instantly. So right now that'd be $80. Now, that's crazy. And you can imagine how many people have lost their money. Well, what Japan is saying is, hey, let's regulate this. Let's make it a little less risky because most of the investors into cryptocurrency are new. They haven't really done a lot of trading. They're looking to make a quick buck. And if they perform, go into these margin exchanges and risk a lot of money, then again, that's a bad look on crypto because they end up bashing it and they lose all their money, which doesn't look good either. So again, Japan is trying to take the high road here by limiting 2 to 4 times to kind of, help people mitigate that risk, because with a leverage of 2 to 4x, Bitcoin needs to move a whole lot more for you to lose all of your money, anywhere from 50%, 25% to 50%. So that's definitely something that I think is a lot less risky, and one that in the long run helps for new adoption, because if people don't lose their money, they stay in longer, they spread the word more, and then again, that it just increases that mainstream adoption. So something I want to point out. And also it says Russia is delaying the adoption of the crypto regulation due to a requirement from the Financial Action Task Force to legislate the terms cryptocurrency and Bitcoin instead of using the sole term digital assets. And that's another thing. They're trying to get out of that digital assets term and that virtual currencies word, and basically, referring to them as crypto assets. So kind of putting a more respectable term on them versus just, kind of that fake money term that people have been using. So definitely something moving towards the right direction with adoption, and I think one of the things that's going to definitely help mainstream adoption in the future. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment if you have any questions, please subscribe if you haven't. It really helps me out, and I appreciate every single subscriber. Until next time, thanks for watching.